Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California, and today is Monday, October the 7th. I am so delighted to be showing you this fun fold card. It's not a new fun fold card, but I used the Regal Winter papers to make it. And then when I finish actually making this card, so it stands up, I know you can't see it real well, but it stands up like that. So it's really pretty when you open the card. You close it, it looks like this when it arrives, and then you open it. It's beautiful to look at. So when I finish making this, I have two more of this style made out of the Regal Flora. And then I went back to the cards that I made on September 30th, and I have four more to show you of those because I went outside of the Regal Flora DSP. In fact, I used Wildly Flowering, Perennial Lavender, and Mediterranean Blooms. And I learned something very important when I tried to use those. So I want to share that with you when I get to that point. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the dimensions and the supplies. Maybe I'll lift it up. Can you see it? If you want to just take a picture, this is what you're going to need to make this card. And down here, you know, you can leave a little thin border like I did and use these measurements, or you can use the standard 1/4 of an inch down. And I'm talking about over here, because this is 4 inches instead of the normal 4 1/4. So if you just come down 1/4 of an inch, it's these. And if you want to have a little thin, tiny border, then you're going to use these. Okay, so I hope, let's see, am I holding it so you can see it? I hope so. So go ahead and make sure you get a picture of these, because this will be important. Okay, all right, so we'll put that aside and we'll bring out all of our supplies. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is score, and this is a 5.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. 5.5 by 11. So like I said in the instructions, we're going to score at 1 3/4, 3.5, 5 1/4, and 7 inches. And then we have another piece of cardstock that's 6 by 3, and we're going to score this one at 3. Okay, so now the scoring is done. And we'll just take our bone folder and make sure these are nice creases. Now, for this big one, what I did is I folded this over. And when you fold it over, make sure that, see, the edges are like 99% perfect. Make sure they're 100% right in alignment. Okay, so wait, did I do that right? Yes. Okay, so now this one, next one is going to go down. It's going to be a mountain fold. And then a valley fold. Okay, I'm adjusting this just a teeny bit. So just adjust it as you go if you need to, because you really do want it to be lined up straight. Okay, so here we go. This actually is a very simple card to put together once you get the pieces cut. So now I have 4 of these designer pieces. They're 1.5 by 5 1/4. And I'm not gonna worry too much. I don't know which came first, and I don't think it really matters. So I'm just gonna put down the 4 pieces of designer paper. This paper is so gorgeous, isn't it? And remember, there's 4 sheets of this instead of just 2 in that packet of Regal Winter papers, which means that we have so much of this beautiful cardstock to work with. I mean, designer paper. Okie dokie. So really, once you get the pieces cut out, it doesn't even take that long to cut the pieces out. But once you get them cut out, like I said, it just goes together almost embarrassingly easily. And this is going to a very special friend of mine who has a birthday in a little bit. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to go ahead and put the cherry cobbler in. And remember, this piece on the right is not the standard 4 1/4. It's only 4 inches. So this time I just came down the standard 1/4 of an inch for that one. Okay, so boom, the card is almost put together. The last thing for this card, whoops, that doesn't look too good. That better? Yes. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're taking this 6x3 piece, which is going to go like that. So we have 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 each. I just love that really the papers are kind of non-directional, so you can put them on pretty much in any direction and it's going to look pretty. Okay, one more. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, now the next part I'm going to show you looks like it could be hard. How do you get this on there? But actually, it is super simple. So what we're going to do is just turn it over, put some tear and tape on the back of each end, like that. Okay, then we'll take off the tear and tape, and we're just going to place this right where we want it to be. Lay it flat, right where you want it to be. Is that about even? I think so. So just press that down, then pull the tape off of this end, keeping it flat like this, and then go ahead and close it. Ta-da! There you go. Was that simple or what? Okay, now let's stamp some pretty things to go on it. So I'm going to get out my cherry cobbler ink, and I'm going to be using stamps from this distinctive stamp set, Regal Flora. I'm going to be using these flowers in this, and they're distinctive. You will see in a minute why. You may have seen a lot of other people using this stamp set already this season because these are so beautiful. Oh, I guess I only really needed one of those for this card. I'm so used to stamping too. Oh, I know what else I need. I need the You're a True Blessing, and I'll show you. This is from, I can put that right there. And Celebrate. Oops, right side up. Okay, so these are from Unbounded Love. I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday. Let's see. Here's the Celebrate. You're a True Blessing. So these are all from Unbounded Love. And I just thought that'd be so cool. So here you go. You're a True Blessing. Celebrate. Happy Birthday. I just think that's really special. Okay. So now I've already cut these out. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, I didn't stamp my green piece. I am going to stamp the green piece because I'm going to use this again. So this is Garden Green. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Got our pads put away. All right, and since I've already cut these out, okay, so first we'll put on our flowers. And I need to poke this. There we go. I'm just going to lightly lay that in place because I need to put the greenery underneath it. Something like that. Okay, then I'm just going to put some little rhinestones in the center here. So I use my Take-A-Pick. Okay, so we just need 3 little ones right in the center. Okay, woohoo, there we go. All right, now, You're a True Blessing. Okay, so when I put You're a True Blessing and Celebrate on here, initially, I just put them on there like that. And I don't know, it just doesn't have enough depth or personality for me. So like I often do, I'm gonna put 2 extra layers. It's not a big deal to cut 2 extras of these little things. And make it a little bit deeper, which I think just gives it, well, it gives it depth. And it just makes it a little more notable. It doesn't look like somebody just stuck it there. It has a little bit more personality. You're a blessing. Okay, then the Celebrate. Interesting shape, isn't it? I was really happy when I realized that the Celebrate would fit on here. Barely, but it fits. Okay, here's the Celebrate. Okay, we'll put this on. Like that. Okay, and we are done. I mean, really? So just cutting the pieces. You're a True Blessing. Is that on there straight? Celebrate. Oh, got the happy birthday. Oh my, gotta have happy birthday. Or if you were celebrating something else, you could put something else on there. Maybe graduation, happy retirement. And I like mine at an angle. Okay. Well, I got that at a real angle, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're done. Okay, so now let me show you one out of the purple Regal Floras. Isn't this gorgeous? Wow. Here we are again. You're a True Blessing, Celebrate, and happy birthday. This is Gorgeous Grape ink that I'm using. Okay. And then this is the first one I made. It's not quite as bright and light because this paper is darker. So I used, oh well, whatever that's called. Can't think of it right this second. Anyway, it's darker. I don't think that this is going to look as pretty on white. I haven't tried it on white because Blackberry Bliss. I haven't tried it on white because they're just, I don't know. I didn't think about it. I was just trying to match the papers. So it is a little bit darker, but I still think it's very pretty. Okay, so we've got these 3. Okay, now I want to show you, going back to the cards that I made last time, on the 30th, remember they were these. So I had 5 cards. Well, not that one. Okay, anyway, I had 5 cards made in that style. And I just wanted to see what else I could do out of other papers. Okay, so this one actually worked very nicely. Have a Perfectly Lovely Day. That's from Autumn Expressions. Initially, I had yellow and pumpkin pie layers, and it was just like, oh my goodness, it's too much. So then I decided just to do everything green in the center, garden green, because there's so much orange and lemon color in this. So I didn't think it really needed it. Happy birthday. Have a Perfectly Lovely Day. Okay, so I was really happy with that one, and no surprises there. However, when I got to the Perennial Lavender, I had a big surprise coming to me, because up till now, every paper I've worked with has been pretty much non-directional. So you could turn it any way you wanted to. But the lavender paper has a definite direction. And so when I went to make the second card, okay, this is upside down. But I thought, you know what? I don't think anybody's gonna really notice on this lavender paper that this is upside down because it's so beautiful. But on a lot of papers, you won't be able to do this design because it is going to be really obvious that something is upside down. So either make sure that it doesn't matter, like with the Perennial Lavender, or make sure it's non-directional. Okay, so there's the lavender. And then I decided to use the Wildly Flowering. And since these dies are a part of the Wildly Flowering bundle, I just decided to try to use those and see what it looked like. Initially I had, well anyway, I loved the way it turned out. So this is Midnight Muse and Creamy Caramel. Is that the new name or the old name? Crumb Cake. And then Midnight Muse ink. Knowing You Brings Joy to My Heart is from So Sincere. And then I went ahead and also made it in a circle, again with the Midnight Muse, Crumb Cake, and white. Initially when I made this card, I made this in beige because this has that crumb cake background, but it just kind of killed the card. It wouldn't pop, and so I thought, well, forget that. I'm going to use white, and I like it. But yeah. Okay, so have fun making any or all of these cards, and just remember this one is super simple, and you've got the instructions. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll look forward to having you again next time.